Top foods to protect your eyesight. If you have diabetes, you rub your eyes at the end of the day and notice the world just looks a little duller. The colors aren't quite as vivid. That book you used to enjoy? The letters seem to dance now just slightly, even with your reading glasses on. You pause. Is it just me? Or is something changing? If you're over 50 and living with type 2 diabetes, it's easy to assume this is just aging. We've all said it. Maybe I'm just tired. Maybe I need better lighting. But deep down, something doesn't feel quite right. Here's the part most people never hear from their doctor. Diabetes can quietly damage your eyesight long before you notice real symptoms. In fact, people with diabetes are up to 25 times more likely to face vision loss over time. That's not fear-mongering. That's the data. But this isn't a message of doom, it's a message of power. Because what you put on your plate every day, that quiet bowl of greens, that piece of fish, that handful of nuts, it could be doing more for your eyes than any supplement. Like if you've ever felt that tiny fear in the back of your mind, wondering if your vision is slowly slipping. You're not alone. Now, here's something most people don't realize. It's not just your blood sugar that matters. It's the inflammation and oxidative stress caused by it, and some foods can either make that worse or actively help your eyes fight back. And yes, even if your A1C is under control, damage can still sneak in through the back door. Imagine this. A friend of mine, 63 years old, told me he'd been doing everything right. His sugars were stable, but at his last eye exam, his doctor spotted early signs of retinopathy. What changed for him? Not another medication, just a change in diet, a few powerful foods that supported his retina health from the inside out. That's what we're about to explore. The most science-backed foods for your eyes, why they work, not just what they are, and how to use them daily without changing your whole life. If learning something practical and proven makes you feel more in control, hit that subscribe button so you're never behind on your health. Because here's the thing, these foods aren't rare. They're probably already in your kitchen, just waiting to help. And if you know someone over 50 with diabetes, a parent, a spouse, a friend, consider sharing this video. It might be the nudge they need to protect their sight too. Coming up next, we'll break down the top foods that protect your eyes, including a few you probably didn't expect. But more importantly, you'll find out why they work and how to make them part of your routine, starting today. Your vision isn't gone, and this story isn't over. Let's take the next step together. 1. Why diabetes affects your eyesight. You're sitting in the optometrist's chair. The lights are dim. The machine clicks softly in front of your face. Your doctor leans in, peers through the lens, and then pauses. There's a little clouding in your lens, they say, and some tiny changes in your retina. Nothing serious, but something to watch. You nod, you smile, but inside, your stomach tightens just a bit. Because deep down, you've noticed it too. The blurry edges, the extra glare at night, the colors that used to pop now feel a little faded. And here's the part that doesn't make sense. You've been managing your blood sugar. You take your meds, you eat better. So why is your vision still slipping? Let's get to the heart of it. The answer is inflammation. When your blood sugar stays high, even just a little above target, it quietly irritates your blood vessels. And the tiniest, most delicate vessels? They're in your retina, the very back of your eye, where vision begins. Over time, this irritation turns into damage. Diabetic retinopathy, when vessels leak, swell, or bleed inside your eye. Cataracts, when the lens of your eye clouds over, much earlier than it should. Glaucoma, from increased pressure caused by poor fluid drainage and damaged vessels. If you've ever thought, but I'm doing everything right, why is this still happening? Hit that like button. Because so many people feel the same, and it's time to break the silence around this. Here's something most people with diabetes don't know, and it's crucial. Even if your blood sugar is under control, silent damage can still occur. Why? Because microinflammation and oxidative stress don't always wait for a crisis. They chip away in the background, quietly, consistently. But before this gets overwhelming, here's your power back. Your eyes have defenders. There are specific nutrients that have been shown to protect retinal cells, reduce inflammation, and slow or prevent vision loss. And they don't come in a pill. They're in your fridge, in your garden, on your plate, if you know where to look. If that insight surprised you, and you want more tools like this, hit subscribe. We're just getting started. Now let's shift from problem to solution. In the next section, you'll discover the top foods that can actively protect your eyesight if you have diabetes, including how much to eat, when to eat them, and why they work. And trust me, one of them is probably already in your kitchen right now. If you have a parent, spouse, or friend over 50 living with diabetes, share this with them. It might help them catch something early and protect the vision they still have. Coming up next, these aren't just healthy foods. They're targeted tools for your eyes. And the first one we'll talk about has more science behind it than most eye supplements combined. Let's take a closer look. 2 top foods that truly protect your eyesight. You're walking down the grocery aisle, pausing at the seafood section. You remember something your doctor said about eye health, but you're not sure what to choose. You wonder, can what I eat really protect my eyes? Or is that just wishful thinking? Let's clear it up. Yes, what you eat absolutely can make a difference. Certain foods are loaded with nutrients that directly support your retina, reduce inflammation, and protect your vision from silent damage caused by diabetes. Let's walk through them, and how to easily add them to your life without complicated meal plans or expensive supplements. 1. Fatty fish. Salmon, sardines, mackerel. Why they help. These fish are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which reduce inflammation in the delicate blood vessels of your eyes, especially your retina. They also help improve fluid drainage and reduce risk of diabetic retinopathy and even dry eye. How to use. Aim for 2 to 3 servings per week. Try grilled salmon over greens, or mashed sardines on whole grain toast with a squeeze of lemon. If you already enjoy salmon or sardines, hit that like button. You're already ahead of the game. But what if you're not a seafood fan? Don't worry, the next food is just as powerful and much easier to blend into your daily routine. 2. Dark leafy greens. Spinach, kale, collards. Why they help. These greens are packed with lutein and zeaxanthin, antioxidants that filter harmful blue light and concentrate in the macula, the central part of your retina. How to use. Add a handful to a smoothie, sauté them lightly with olive oil, or toss into an omelet. Here's a secret. Cooking them with a little fat, like olive oil or eggs, actually helps your body absorb those eye-loving nutrients better. If you've never heard that before, consider subscribing. We're all about practical, science-backed tips like this. 3. Egg yolks. Why they help. Yes, egg yolks, often feared by older adults, are actually rich in lutein, zeaxanthin, and zinc, which helps transport vitamin A to the retina. How to use. 1 to 2 eggs per day is safe for most people with type 2 diabetes, especially when boiled or poached. And pairing them with greens? That's a vision-saving combo. Here's where it gets interesting. 4. Colorful bell peppers and carrots. These bright vegetables aren't just pretty, they're packed with beta-carotene and vitamin A, which protect the surface of the eye and support night vision. How to use. Eat them raw for a crunchy snack, or toss into stir-fries and soups. Bell peppers even contain more vitamin C than oranges. Know someone who loves raw carrots or peppers? Share this video with them. They might not realize they're already protecting their vision. 5. Citrus fruits. Oranges, grapefruit, lemons. Why they help. These fruits are high in vitamin C, a powerful antioxidant that keeps eye tissue healthy and helps your body fight oxidative stress, one of the biggest silent threats to your vision. How to use. A half grapefruit or 1 orange in the morning is perfect. Avoid sugary juices. Whole fruits are better for blood sugar and fiber. 6. Nuts and seeds. Almonds, chia, sunflower. Why they help. They deliver vitamin E, omega-3s, and healthy fats, all of which protect cells in the retina from breaking down too soon. How to use. A small handful per day, around 1 ounce, is all you need. Sprinkle chia seeds in your oatmeal or add sunflower seeds to a salad. Want a quick fix? Mix almonds and dried cranberries for a sweet, savory snack. Just watch your portion sizes. 7. Sweet potatoes. Why they help. These vibrant roots are full of beta-carotene like carrots, but with a low glycemic index, meaning they're gentle on your blood sugar. How to use. Baked is best. Try a half-cup serving with cinnamon or olive oil for a delicious diabetic-friendly side dish. Most people think potatoes are off-limits, but sweet potatoes, when used right, are actually powerful allies for your eyes and your blood sugar. So there you have it, 7 foods that don't just support general health, they actively nourish and defend the most delicate part of your body, your eyes. And what's even better, they're not hard to find. You don't need to shop organic. You don't need to spend a fortune. Just choose 3 to start. Add them into your meals this week. That's all it takes to begin. Which of these foods are already in your kitchen? Comment below. Your story might help someone else. Coming up next, you'll learn when to eat these foods for the biggest benefit, what to avoid if you're already experiencing eye symptoms, and how to pair them properly if you're on insulin or other diabetes medications. We're about to make this personal, practical, and powerful, so don't go anywhere. 3 practical advice for diabetic adults over 50. Let's bring it all home with something you can actually do starting today, because it's not just what you eat that matters. It's when, how, and what you pair it with, especially if you're over 50 and managing type 2 diabetes. So here are 3 simple but powerful tips to help you get the most out of those eye protective foods. 1. When you eat matters. You wake up, have a plain bagel or skip breakfast, then grab something quick for lunch, and suddenly your blood sugar surges. It happens more often than we realize. Now, here's the opportunity. If you eat foods that support eye health, like leafy greens, salmon, or citrus, in the morning or midday, you're giving your body the nutrients it needs right when your blood sugar tends to spike. Timing magnifies the benefits. So instead of pushing that spinach salad to dinner, try it at lunch, or add some chia seeds and citrus to your breakfast. Your eyes and your glucose levels will thank you. 2. Avoid sugary or processed healthy foods. Not all versions of a good food are actually helpful. Carrots covered in honey glaze, spinach drowning in creamy dressing, those extra sugars and fats undo the protective benefits and may even spike inflammation. Here's the rule of thumb. Keep it simple. Steam, bake, saute in olive oil, and always read the label. If you've ever been tricked by a healthy label before, hit like. You're not alone, and you're learning. 3. If you take insulin, pair smartly. If you're on insulin or medications, here's something most people miss. Pairing these eye-healthy foods with fiber and protein, like citrus with a handful of almonds, or salmon with kale, can help slow digestion and prevent those sharp post-meal spikes that strain your blood vessels. It's not about restriction. It's about balance and giving your body a smoother ride throughout the day. If that's the kind of real-life, practical tip you find valuable, subscribe now. This channel's for you. For a calm, reassuring message, it's not too late. Now let's take a deep breath. You don't need to overhaul your diet overnight. You don't need exotic superfoods, and you certainly don't need a drawer full of supplements. Protecting your eyesight is about small, consistent choices. Choices that work with your body, not against it. Even if you've already noticed blurry vision, glare, or eye fatigue, you haven't missed your chance. The body can respond fast to the right nutrients, especially when they're part of a lifestyle that supports healing. Start small, stay consistent, and the next time you sit in that optometrist's chair, you just might hear, "Your eyes actually look better than last year." If that hope made you smile, share this video with someone you care about. A spouse, a parent, a friend. You could be the reason they still see clearly 10 years from now. So here's your action step, and it's a simple one. Just choose 3 of the foods we covered today. Add them into your meals this week, even just once or twice. That's enough to begin protecting your vision from the inside out. If this video helped you feel more confident about protecting your vision, give it a thumbs up. And let us know in the comments which food you're excited to try first. And if you're looking for more real-life strategies to live well with diabetes, don't forget to subscribe. There's so much more ahead. Your eyesight matters. And yes, you absolutely can protect it with the right choices. In the next video, we'll uncover the top 5 fruits that support eye health in people with diabetes, including some surprising ones you might already have at home. So don't miss it. Your next step toward clearer, stronger vision starts there.